So we got a guest. Hey, what's up, Lito? Is there anything I'd like to add to the prompt?
Um, you said, well, I'm looking at the little picture you got up. It says, "Is Afro
Yeah,
Latino even a thing?" What is your
yeah.
opinion about that?
I don't think it's a thing. It's propaganda that came from the white and black community in the United States to guilt shame Latinos for identifying as their country of origin, such as Cuban, Puerto Rican, Dominican, or Mexican. That's mostly the diaspora of Latinos in the United States. So yeah, it's. I don't think it's a thing.
All right, so yo soy boricua y negro. I'm
Yeah.
black and Puerto Rican. When I see that,
So you do you know where the term black came from?
the term black
Yeah,
came from America.
yeah, it came from the white
Yeah,
Americans. And they created a science, right? This science called eugenics, and they started to push this idea that black people, right, the African people in particular,
yeah,
since their skin is black, since they're racially different from white T people, right?
yeah,
Genetically and physically, they're they're gonna identify them as that color, as their skin color. That was a huge attribute in which they differentiated themselves from a skin color, from that racial attribute of a skin color. So white people, right?
mm-hmm.
They call themselves black. They call themselves white people, and then they called Africans, they're the slaves, right? Black,
Yeah,
because they coexisted within each other, right? Because the British Empire, they imported, they had the whole transatlantic slave trade, so they were close to each other, they were adjacent to each other, and they had to differentiate them from themselves, right? So they created this new label for them,
yeah.
the black label,
I feel like,
and this is why
yeah,
after the the freedmen, right, from the deep south, after they were liberated, after the Civil War, when they were liberated,
yeah,
and they didn't know how to read or write, and all they heard was, I'm not gonna say it, but it was an N word, right, the Spanish N word.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it later turned into the black label.
Okay, I feel you.
Yep, that
I see your
so
logic on
so
it. I see your logic.
so they're not, yeah. So since, yeah, that's my point. So the black label, it's very Anglo-centric. It's from the United States, and for Latinos, right? We've been here since 1521. We've been here since the 1500s. We have a whole century head start of being in the United States as Latinos compared to the Anglos. So for us to adopt their labels, I think that's it's a form of weakness, and, yeah, I don't. This is why I'm against the black label. I don't think you should put black before Latino. I think you should just say Latino and identify by your country of origin.
So for me, what would that be then?
Well, you're Puerto Rican.
I'm also African American.
You're also African American. Well, that's not what you said earlier.
Now I said
You should say you're Puerto. You should say you're Puerto. You said you're Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican y negro. That's what I said, y negro.
So who's Black American in your family?
So my pops, he's Black American, and my mom, she Boricua.
Okay, so you're mixed.
Well,
You're black. You're Black American and Puerto Rican. Just know, because I have a lot of Puerto Rican friends. The full blood Puerto Ricans that I know, they don't say they're black.
do they look like a typical black person? And why
Do they look
the
like?
reason
You're
why?
talking about? Do they look African? Do they look like a typical African person?
Yeah, like
Is what you're saying?
black person. Yeah, someone that's black in America.
No, they're mixed. Most Puerto Ricans are mixed.
Yeah, yeah. So
They
like
they're mixed with Spanish and the indigenous. The average Puerto Rican, I would say they mostly look mixed,
yeah,
just like the Dominicans.
yeah. So the reason why I hopped on is because obviously you said Afro Latino, it's not a thing, and that all people of Latin culture should just identify as Latin. You know, which it is
No,
correct.
I said Latino. I said they should
My bad,
identify by
Latino.
Latino.
My bad, Latino.
Yeah, because you say Latin is like they're cheating Roman or something. Like, nah, I'm saying Latino.
Yeah, no, you're right. Latin could also mean, a French person, a Spaniard person, or, so you're right, Latino. But what I'm basically trying to say is, me, like, if I'm gonna identify myself to somebody and they ask me, "Yo, what are you?" I'm gonna say Afro Boricua or Afro Puerto Rican. That's what I say due to
Okay,
how my
so
physical appearance,
have you been to Puerto Rico,
yeah.
to the island?
Yeah.
How do they identify? How does the average Puerto Rican identify?
Well, if I were to talk amongst my family members, I'm gonna say that
You
because
see, so my point. You see my point. You're Americanized. If you're gonna push that American label,
no,
Anglo,
I'm not pushing it,
right?
but
Anglo
my
label.
grandma.
They're gonna the people from Puerto Rico. They're gonna see you like, what do you mean you're black or Afro Puerto Rican? Like, they're gonna look at you weird. They're gonna be like, okay, so you're definitely like a New Yorican or like Americanized Puerto Rican. They're not gonna really see you as, you know, just Puerto Rican,
Well, that's the
especially when
whole
you
thing with
identify
me.
like that.
That is because I am both. I'm African American and Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? So I don't mind if people see me that way because that's what I am. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want to rep,
Because my
if you're
grandma.
mixed, then
The thing
yeah,
is,
yeah. But like again, like people are not gonna see that because people are not gonna really see that way, right? They're gonna see it as you just trying to be Americanized, right? Because where did you grow up around Puerto Rican culture or your black culture?
both. I was born in Florida, Key West, Southern Florida. So like, there's a lot
So who
of
did you say who's Puerto Rican? Wait, your mom was Puerto Rican? Is what you said?
yeah. My mom Puerto Rican.
Oh, okay. So that's not surprising because there's a lot of Black Americans, right? Especially in the red pill and the manosphere, who attack a dark skinned Black women, and they want to like a Latin woman, right, a Latino woman, because they usually tend to be lighter skinned with more like real hair, with straight hair, right? Real natural straight hair. So they prey on, yeah, those guys. They usually tend to prey on, Latina chicks, right? So I'm not surprised if your father, you know, uh, did that.
Nah, well, my mom, because Boricuas, they come in indigenous Boricuas. They're already brown skin. All right, so let's get that out the way. But
Yeah.
Boricuas in general, like you said, they're mixed. So most in New York, at least, a lot of Puerto Ricans they look light skinned. You know, so my
Yeah.
mom, she's a Puerto Rican that looks light skinned, so she has a big curly afro. My grandma, she has a big curly afro. My grandma's on the lighter side, but she still has an afro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
either way, you could say both of my parents are of melanin. Like they got melanin. Like they got Afro descendant features
Mm-hmm.
with indigenous. So to say,
Mm-hmm.
uh, my father, whatever, prey on someone with straight hair and lighter features. My mom, she doesn't have straight hair or light features.
Yeah, yeah, you're proving, yeah, yeah. So like, yeah, you're proving my point. You're super Americanized. You're willing to undermine your Puerto Rican culture for a race, right?
No, well, no,
Again,
I'm saying not
so
the race
¿hablas
factor, but
español? Espera, espera, espera. ¿Hablas español?
sí.
Muy bien.
Eh,
Puedes tener una conversación ahorita? Si empiezo a hablarte en español.
my grandma, she speaks Spanish. My mom speaks
Okay,
Spanish.
so it's clear. Okay, so you're Americanized. You don't speak Spanish in a conversational
Well,
level. So I'm not surprised you're gonna undermine your Puerto Rican culture
no, I'm not.
and start to say that you're just black. You're black
No, no,
first,
no.
and you're Puerto Rican after.
I always,
You literally prove my point.
there's a lot of
No, no sabes español, güey.
yeah, but listen, a lot of
Es obvio,
Puerto
güey. Es obvio
Ricans.
que vas a abandonar tu
Yo
puertorriqueño
entiendo,
cultura.
yo entiendo, pero listen, a lot of Puerto Ricans, at least I'm gonna guess you're around right. You sound around my
No,
age.
dude. Puerto Ricans, Boricuas, Puerto Ricans from the island speak Spanish. They have their own dialect, right? I agree, but I can understand. I can speak to a Boricua. I have Boricua friends. I speak to them in Spanish, and I'm
Yeah,
Mexican.
a lot of.
And they don't say they're black. They don't be saying, "Oh, yo soy moreno,"
no.
like
Well,
yo soy negro. If you were to ask them
well,
who they are, they're gonna say they're Puerto Rican. Yo soy puertorriqueño.
I always rep down
Y
Puerto Rican.
orgulloso.
I'm never gonna forget that. That's where I come. That's where my family comes from.
Well, that's not what you're demonstrating right now, bro.
I'm trying
you're
to
black.
state something.
When you jumped in on
talk.
this panel, you probably wait, hold on. When you jumped in on this panel, you fucking proudly said I'm black and Puerto Rican. Black first and Puerto Rican
I
after.
said no. I said yo soy boricua y negro.
Later on in that conversation, you proved to me that you don't even speak Spanish. You don't. So of course you're not. And you talk about Spanish, how your Puerto Rican mother is clearly of Afro descent, like is black looking. Like no, Latinos don't speak like that, bro.
No,
listen, we don't say that. Oh well, since my mom, she looks black looking, I'm black. Also, I'm just black.
No, it's not that
like,
she's
no,
black.
We're not gonna. We are proud. We are proud of our cultures.
I'm proud.
I just said it earlier in my monologue. Us Latinos have their own dialects of the Spanish language.
Tu boricua?
No, yo soy mexicano. 100%.
Okay, see, that's where we differ because I'm Puerto Rican and I know that I'm Puerto Rican. Listen, a lot of...
Dude, you don't ni sabes español. I'm more boricua than you. Yo soy más boricua que usted.
Listen, being Puerto Rican is
yo
not...
Yo sé español. Yo sí sé español.
Can I speak?
Okay, so
being Puerto Rican is not...
What's the gist attribute? Hold up. What's the gist attribute for Puerto Ricans?
What are you talking about? I'm trying to...
What's the gist details of what a Puerto Rican is?
Being Puerto Rican is not just speaking Spanish. It's not, because Spanish was...
I never said that.
Okay, but
I never said that. I'm just saying, what are the three details? The three races, right? The African, the Taino, and the Spanish.
Spanish and African.
Yes. Yeah, Spanish is in that slot, right?
Yeah.
So why are you gaslighting me saying that Puerto Ricans are not Spanish speakers?
Listen, Spanish.
It's literally in their identity. They're part Hispanic, just like Mexicans.
Listen,
Hernan Cortez visited Puerto Rico.
You're not letting me speak. Bobby, you're not letting me speak.
He went to
Puerto
the DR.
Rico's original language is not Spanish. It's not Spanish. It's Taino. That's why we have different ways of saying things. When I say bus, how do you say bus in Spanish?
Yeah. Look how cool this look.
How do you say bus in Spanish?
Bruh.
How do you say it? No, tell me. How do you say bus?
There's a dialect. I get Puerto Rican. Yeah, I get it. Puerto Ricans
how do you say bus in Spanish? You got to tell me.
Spanish, Latino Spanish is Latino Spanish.
Okay, guagua is a Taino word in Borican. Puerto Rico wasn't originally Spanish.
Puerto Rican Spanish... Well, look, Puerto Rican Spanish is closer to Mexican Spanish than
it's not. It's far from it, man.
Spanish from Spain.
Listen,
yes, it is.
The island name of Puerto Rico is Borican.
We say tú.
It's Borican.
¿Y tú?
That's Taino.
Spaniards don't say tú. They say vos. They say, oh, vos or vosotros. Puerto Ricans and Mexicans, they say tú. ¿Y tú? Or usted.
Listen, the closest culture to Borican culture is Dominican Republic.
But you don't know
this
because you don't know Spanish. You don't know Spanish. You wouldn't know the grammar details of the Spanish language,
okay,
right?
It's cool that I don't know a lot of Spanish.
It, bro. Just say you're black.
I'm trying to drop some knowledge real quick about Puerto Rico. Okay?
Wait, hold on. I just want to say this. No. I just want to say this. Just let go of saying you're Puerto Rican and just say you're black.
But Mexicans never originally spoke Spanish either. So how can that be? There's a lot of Mexicans that don't speak Spanish too.
When did the Mexican identity start?
Whenever the Spaniards came along, and so you're proud of your Spaniard lineage. That's what it is.
Yeah, 1821.
So I can't be part of. I can't be proud of my African heritage, but I have to be proud of my Spanish heritage. The people that came to my island and grazed my people.
Demonstrating. Off of all of the evidence that I've been gathering from what you're saying, that's what you're demonstrating. You're just saying you're black.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that Borican...
Yeah, you just say your mother. You should say your mother looks black. She's of Afro descent, therefore, she's just black. That's what you said earlier.
Listen,
I hope people
I'm
record
Puerto
that.
Rican, but I'm also black. There's black Puerto Ricans. There's black
Nah,
Boricuas.
you're not Puerto
In
Rican.
Mexico,
I
they're
don't see
not
you as
proud to
Puerto
also
Rican
be
at this
black.
point.
We're
I don't see you
Caribbean.
as
We're
Puerto Rican at this
Caribbean
point.
Latinos. We're different.
I'm
We're
more
not
Puerto Rican
you.
than you.
You're not Caribbean. We're
Now you
Caribbean
snitched on
Latinos.
yourself,
Aquí
bro.
in Puerto Rico is
you
Borican.
you
It-
expose yourself, bro.
Well,
I'm more
bus
Puerto
in
Rican than you.
Spanish is autobus, autobus, or something like that. Autobus.
Yeah, and that's my point.
Now, bus in
I
Tagalog
completely
is just
debunked
bus.
everything.
Bus in Tagalog is just bus. But some of them, if you go to like Shabana, they'll say like autobus, and if you go to like Manila, they'll just say bus. Like they'll just say, "Oh, a bus." You know, they don't really. It's just bus. But yeah,
Wait, who weird? Are you talking about me, El Chinks?
no, I'm saying like there's like
Yeah, I
our
agree.
language is very similar to Spanish as well. So there are some things that Mexicans would say a Filipino will understand like vividly.
No, I agree. The comments are facts. El Chinks or Elias. This guy's not Puerto Rican. He's pretending.
I'm not Puerto
He's
Rican.
pretending to be Puerto Rican.
My
He's
grandma's from San Juan,
cosplaying
Puerto
as being
Rico.
Puerto Rican.
My mom's from Nueva York, New York. I'm not gonna come in here and pretend like why would I pretend to be Puerto Rican? That'd be a waste of my time. I just came in this live just to tell you that we exist.
That's fine. If you're gonna say
There's
take
Afro
off that Puerto Rican
Boricuas.
flag from your profile. I just take that flag away. Take that flag off your profile. You're not Puerto Rican. Just put the black American flag.
Why are you proud
Black
of your
Americans have a
Spanish
flag.
hater?
Do you know how it looks?
Huh?
Do you know how the black American flag looks?
Yeah, it's black,
Isn't it
yellow,
like
and red.
green? Isn't it? Yeah, they have two flags. They don't even have a flag because there's one that's green that has green, red, and white, right?
There's the one that I know
So
is
they
red,
have two
black,
flags repping.
and yellow.
Yeah, you got that one, and then you got another one that's green, red, green, white, and red. I don't fucking know, but green, black, and white, whatever. But yeah, they have two flags. They don't even have a fucking like sturdy flag.
Yeah, nah,
Like,
but that's
they
like
rep two
that's
different
for like
flags.
Black America, you know.
Bro, at least Puerto Ricans, they have a flag, and they rep that flag.
Are you just?
It's that.
You're not even coming off as like knowledgeable. You're coming off as dissing.
Red, white, and the rest one red, one white star. That flag has been
like I said,
flown
I just came in this
since.
live to let you know Afro Boricuas is a thing. Afro Latinos is a thing. I'm a walking example. There's a bunch of Dominicans in New York that are also Afro Latinos.
No, it's not.
Yes,
You're
they
not
are.
Puerto Rican. Earlier in the live, you exposed yourself. You snitched on yourself. You're not Puerto Rican. Get that.
You're gentrified.
Host. Like I have been called like Afro-Asian before by people. Like I've been called that before. I didn't really take it. I thought it just meant like because people told me that.
But but do you identify as like Blasian or like Afro-Asian?
I mean, I say whatever. I go with the flow. Like I mean, it's true. I am Blasian, but it's like I always see myself just both, you know. But I thought, you know, when someone's saying Afro, I thought it meant
this guy wasn't.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, this guy wasn't saying that.
I said Boricua y Negro.
Yeah, he came up. Lito pulled up on the panel and like blatantly just said,
Zay, I hope you overheard what I'm trying to say.
No, Lito, you have
dude uplifted his black side more than his Puerto Rican side. What he was black, and then and then after that he was like Puerto Rican. Like
no,
his balls
like
were like
I think what he
when
was
said
trying
Puerto Rican.
I think we was trying to get at.
Yeah, Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I think
like
what he was trying to get like a lot of
culture for the black people.
No,
and I'm not surprised because he's Americanized. Ni sabe español.
Well,
este güey ni sabe español. Yo soy más boricua que este güey.
No. I've seen. Okay, I get what.
Yo sí sé Latino español.
No. So this is what I got from now. However, I get what you're saying. I get what he's saying too. But I have met people. Now this is true. I'm not trying to be like but I have met some Latinos. Like I've met some that would say Afro Latino. I met some, and how they mean it is how they mean it is if they're saying that they're both. Like when someone's saying they're Afro this or saying they're like Afro Asian, they're acknowledging that you're Asian and black.
I get it
and stuff like that. They're just saying that you're both.
Yeah, I get it.
Both,
I
but
get
I'm just
it.
thinking
right?
People look at his country as a nationality that they don't really see them as just like a difference. They just see it as that's why you say Black Puerto Rican because a lot of times people don't
Yeah.
understand that they are native Puerto Ricans and they sleep with black people, their child will be mixed. But apparently people don't see it like that. So that's
Thank you.
why he came up
CJ, I
saying they're
appreciate you for
black.
seeing it that way.
Yeah,
I got a
that's why he
question.
said he was a Afro
No,
Philippine
no,
Puerto
so
Rican.
no. Wait, say Zane. This guy, I'm not sure if you were here and when he pulled up on the panel in the beginning, but he was shitting on Puerto Ricans.
No,
He said that his mom is
what?
just black.
No,
He attacked his own mother.
I
He
said,
undermined
yo
his
soy,
mother's ethnic identity
I said,
and
yo
just
soy
said that
boricua
she's
y
black
negro.
because she
Boricua es Puerto
looks
Rican.
black.
I
So,
said, yo soy
you get my
negro
point,
y
like,
boricua. That's what I said. And I don't know why he's up here lying about
Oh,
what I said.
so is your mom Afro Latino or is she like regular? Like is she like what? I'm just saying like what? So we can understand.
She's Afro Latino.
I don't. At
Okay.
this point, I don't even know, bro. This guy is fucking trolling.
Okay,
At this
I got a
point.
what is
question.
your
He is.
dad like? What is your dad?
My dad,
He's lying.
he's
He's being
African American.
dishonest now.
He's African American.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could be more like Afro and a quarter native. Because I mean, if she's is she like a mixture, like a
Yeah,
native?
she just looks like light skin. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, there's a lot of Puerto Ricans that are out there. I've been there. Like, I've seen a lot of people that look very different out there. I've seen some that look like Native Americans. I've seen some that look like
Yeah,
they
that
have
was
some
my
black
point.
features. Like I've seen some, but however, I didn't really put a label on them. I just respect it because I'm in their country. So I'm like, well, if they're Puerto Rican, I respect that. Like,
yeah,
I
that
didn't
was
go
my
around
point.
telling
There's so
them how
much
they
Wait, hold
were.
on,
Puerto Ricans. There's so much different looking Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico. You can't just put it in one.
Bro, be
All right.
quiet. Nobody want to hear you anymore. So we got IHS. He just jumped in on a panel. What would you like to add to the panel, IS?
Yeah, I think we escaping the point right now. So I just want to make sure I'm on the same page as y'all. So I got a question. So we can all acknowledge that Puerto Rico, other known as Borinque, right? The Spanish came to the island, correct? We acknowledging that, right? Turned it into Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a question. Was there African Spaniards coming to the island? When the
Was
Spanish
there
came,
African
there were
Spaniards?
black. When the Africans,
Yeah, there were some
blacks were the
Spaniards.
black
Yeah, there were some
Spaniards.
Well, hold up. Yeah, there were. Wait, hold up. Damn. There were some, Spaniards of Afro descent, right?
So there were some black Spaniards
some.
conquistadors.
Yeah, because Spain. Yeah, because Spain started colonizing Africa too.
They already
right?
had
So,
Africa, exactly. Yeah.
the
So I got another
Africans.
question.
Wait, hold up. Shut the fuck up.
I just had a question.
Shut the fuck. Oh my god. Bro, shut the fuck up. Bro, I'm starting to sound like fucking whatever. I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, there are Spaniards of Afro descent because the Spaniards, they colonized Africa, right? And since the Spaniards were devout Catholics, they spared Africans, right, who were willing to convert to Catholicism and learn Spanish and adopt their culture. And they were gained privileges. Those Africans gained privileges for doing that, right? They migrated to Spain, right? They were granted freedom, and they were able to go back and forth from Spain to Africa. They were part of the Hispanic identity, right? This is how the Spaniards functioned. It wasn't like the British, where there's eugenics. And,
I think we're escaping
brown,
the conversation right now, though, with your explanation.
Right? No, you're trying to. I think
Bro,
you're
trying to dodge what I was saying earlier.
Because the point is, whether you have even a certain percentage of black,
you want to gaslight me?
you're black,
no,
and you're denying it right now.
No.
He's denying everything, bro.
No. Hold up. Look, now you're gaslighting. Now you're using the white and black label on the
You just want to claim that you're Spaniard. You don't want to acknowledge the black part. That's the problem.
That is the problem because he doesn't understand that Puerto Rico got black.
Lito, this dude's a clown, bro.
He is, bro.
No.
He's never opened a history book.
It's crazy.
No.
Giving a whole explanation, but then answer the question.
Yeah,
like you went on a 5-minute tangent, bro.
No.
That black Spaniard, yes or no? You said yes or
no.
Why are you still muting him, bro? He's speaking. He's trying to give you knowledge. And
you're wait, no.
No, and you don't want to acknowledge the African.
No.
Caribbean Latinos are different.
And your skin color.
Caribbean Latinos are different.
Just come out and say you want to be.
Hold up.
Just say
No,
you
no,
want to
no,
be
no,
white
no.
spicy. That's it.
No, 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 no.
IHS,
You're
IHS.
crayon color.
He's not Caribbean Latino. That's why he doesn't understand.
You're a crayon
He's
color.
not Caribbean Latino. He doesn't understand.
Lito, I destroyed you. Wait, Lito, I destroyed you. Just back down. Get off the
You
You
panel.
said
said
I
destroyed
embarrassed the
him.
shit out of
Yo,
you.
brother.
You said,
Did Spain
Lito,
not
you said
conquer
your mom is
Mexico?
black.
Yeah, Spain did
You
conquer Mexico.
undermined
That's
it.
the
You
thing.
threw.
Yeah,
And
he
that's his
won't
white side
acknowledge that.
showing.
That's what I'm
Rican.
saying.
That's his white side showing.
You threw your Puerto Rican side under the bus. You threw your
Borican.
Puerto
We
Rican.
Boricua. Boricua.
Right.
We're not no
Your
Spaniards.
mother.
But
We're
why
not
are you
You
Spaniards.
only
threw away your
acknowledging?
mother's Puerto Rican identity under the bus to
Puerto
say
Rican
under the
isn't
name
just
of
Spanish, you
blackness.
dick. Puerto Rican isn't just Spanish.
Shut the fuck up. I just fucking sent you back to Chirac. But
Yeah, bro, you
IHS.
need help, bro. You need help because you just want to be Spaniard.
No,
You don't want to
and
jack.
your skin
You
color.
don't want to jack the
I can
indigenous
you're
side.
black.
You don't want to jack the African
And you're
side. You just
black.
want to jack.
And hold on. And you're black. I can pick you out my crayon box. Shut the fuck up. You don't know my
Is that
history.
supposed to offend me or something?
Yeah, you don't know who I am.
I don't need to know who you are because your character, the way you speak, your character.
Hold on. You can't handle the Latino conquistador man. You can't handle my warrior blood.
You well because you're so confused. You want to be
Alright,
white
go back to
Spanish.
Chirac.
You want to be a white tea.
Go pick up your
It's that white showing,
food
bro.
stamp card.
You got that white showing.
Yeah, go pick up.
You got your white showing, and you're siding with the people that are doing your people dirty right now.
EBT card. Pick up your EBT card.
Yeah, pick up your green
go
card,
buy
nigga.
some hot Cheetos.
I'm Borican. I'm not getting deported anytime soon. You is.
Shut the fuck up. I deport you back to Chirac, back to Atlanta, Georgia. go, yeah. Oh, we got a sister here. What's up, Westside?
What's up? How are you?
What's going on?
I was hopping on just, support. And I was.
Were you hearing that?
Yeah, I was. That's why I was going to get on and, help a brother out.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
These guys, they can't handle our talking points.
Yeah.
They can't handle our, culture, our identity.
Did you see?
They're afraid of us speaking up.
Yeah. Did you see how he said that ice joke about, you see how they make jokes like that and then say we were to make some type of racial slur towards them, they say it all the time freely. You just seen it on his live how they're like, oh, we're gonna call ice on you. That is, you know what I mean? That's some type of prejudice right there. And then they don't want us to be prejudiced with them. It's like a double standard with them. It's okay for them to say, I'm gonna call ice on you because he assumes we don't have papers, but if we say to him, go back to Africa, you know what I mean? He's going to have you're racist. He's going to throw the race card out there. And I'm just
oh, yeah.
I'm done with that.
Yeah, the double standard. I didn't tell him to go back to Africa. I could have, but I didn't. I told him to go back to Chirac, but I could have doubled down and said go back to Africa.
Right.
But I get it. Yeah, there's a double standard. If we defend ourselves and use racial slurs back towards them, they're gonna play the victim.
Yeah.
They're gonna play that double standard, right? And they're gonna try to cancel us, report our lives, and it's just nah. We're in a new era now.
They can't have it.
It is what it is. This is why we got 20. Yo, shout out! We got 20 people right now watching. Dude, these guys are easy to debunk.
Yeah.
These guys are weak as hell. Just tell them, ¿sabes español? ¿Conoces tu cultura latino? They don't know what to say next because we're in a new era now.
Yes.
Leave that like button. Everybody tap. But Westside, I agree. The double standard is real. It's crazy.
And we see it time and time again, and they just seem to just ignore it. If it's nothing, you guys are making jokes about my people, but God forbid I say anything about your people because then I'm racist, and it's that's not how it is. You're coming after my people. Most likely the person's gonna go after you too and your people, and maybe they don't mean it, but hey, you cross that line and
Yo, but I agree. That guy Lito, I told him, like, do you speak Spanish? Do you know you are well connected to your Puerto Rican culture? Boom, he didn't know. He completely froze. He was paralyzed. He didn't know how to respond because he demonstrated who he was, just a black American. That's who he is. Like, get rid of that fucking Puerto Rican flag. You're embarrassing your community, your Puerto Rican side, if you're at all Puerto Rican.
Yes, like they're claiming it so hard, but can you speak Spanish? Can you, like, you know, are you bilingual? Do you know a little more about your culture than just claiming the flag? Like, some people just get stuck right there. They don't even know why they're representing that flag. You know, like, they're confused individuals.
Yup. So we got Lito. Yo, so why do you hate yourself, Lito? Why do you
Caribbean
justify your black
Latino,
side?
being Caribbean Latino is different from being Mexican. Caribbean Latino
What
is
the
different.
fuck are you talking about, dude?
Because
You're not
because you both are sitting up
Latino.
here talking
Ni
about
eres Latino, güey.
Caribbean
You're
Latino.
just, simplemente eres negro.
Look at
Todos
that.
los
Y'all see this?
dijiste, güey.
By the way, I didn't make no
Tú
racist joke.
simplemente lo
West, I was saying he's
Uh-huh.
siding with
You
the
just
he's
said to go.
siding with
You
the
just
same
told me to
people
go
who are
back to.
doing y'all dirty.
You told me to go back to
Well, you
Mexico.
did make a
I never
point
said
there.
I never told you to go back to Mexico. What the fuck?
What'd you say? You're gonna call ICE?
Yeah, you said a
No,
green
no,
card.
West. This
Yeah,
is
you're
what
gonna
this is
call.
what I
You
said.
said,
I
oh,
said he's siding with
gotta
the
get your
people
green
who are
card.
doing your people dirty. That's
Okay,
what I
why
told
did
him.
you? Yeah, and that was an assumption, and you assumed because he looks Latino or Mexican, he might have a green card. Not everyone has a green card. Some
Not
of them
West.
have
That
a
wasn't my
birth
point to him. My
certificate.
point was he's claiming his
Yeah,
Spaniard, his white side so hard that he's forgetting that there's African side to his DNA as well.
I don't.
Look,
Caribbean
you're using
Latino is
another
I
American
can't tell
label.
anybody how to embrace
Estás
their
usando
culture.
otra palabra de los anglosajones,
listen.
güey. You just said white Spaniard. That's not even a
Spaniard is
fucking
white.
word. Spaniards
Spaniard is white. They
weren't
come from
saying,
Europe.
bro.
They come
Yes,
from
but
Europe.
like, look.
Okay,
the thing
so
is that you.
hold on.
Yeah.
Spaniards don't. Okay, look, now you're deflecting, bro, so bad. Look,
This is
Spaniards,
why the Caribbean
right
is always going
during
to be different
colonial
from y'all.
times. Wait, hold up. Spaniards during colonial times did not say they're fucking white.
No,
They were
but
saying they're just
by our
Spanish.
knowledge, we know that they're white. Caribbean
They
Latino is
don't.
different from Mexican Latino.
Dude,
We're
Okay, so
different
some
people.
Spaniards.
Jealous?
Wait, hold up.
Oh, we got Bad Bunny on
Not
stage.
all
We ain't jealous.
Spaniards. Hold up. Not all Spaniards are white. Spaniard is a country. Spaniards are people from Spain. You got Spaniards who are mixed with North African, Moroccan, right? There's a lot of like Spaniards from the southern part of Spain. They have a lot of Andalusian blood.
Okay, that
because
listen, that's true.
historically
I
they're
agree with
colonized
you.
by the
Not all
Arabs,
Spanish,
right?
not all Spanish people are white, but majority is. That's the majority population is white. And what I'm trying to say is, I'm not even trying to diss y'all. It's that I know Caribbean Latino.
I'm not gonna speak for Spaniards. I'm not a Spaniard.
I know,
Like,
but I
if
know
you're talking about
Caribbean
racist
Latino.
Spaniards, I don't care about Spaniards. I couldn't care less for Spaniards, right? I'm Latino.
Yeah, but
That's
you're
who I am.
saying all because I don't speak a good amount of Spanish that I don't have my culture with me. Our culture isn't Spanish. It's Taino.
What is it? Okay, so do you
It's
speak
Taino.
Taino? Do you speak Taino?
Borican.
Bro, you're not even.
Do you speak Taino?
Bro,
Do
you
you know?
just
Do you
said
guys know
you're
what Borican
black.
is?
Yeah.
When you jumped in on a panel, you said you're black Puerto Rican.
No, man, my boy. I said
you said you're black.
Boricua y
You said you're
negro.
black
Tú no
first.
entiendes.
Okay, so you look black. That's
No,
fine. Doesn't matter.
now he's changing up the whole narrative.
Yeah,
No,
I don't know.
Now
but
he's
the
changing up
question
the
on the
whole
board
fucking
was,
narrative.
is Afro Latino a
Oh,
thing?
now
And I
I'm
came to
Boricua
say it
and
is because
negro.
I'm Afro Latino.
Shut your bitch ass
Look
up,
at that,
bro.
see?
Bruh, you tripping.
I'm just
as
trying to give you
hell,
some
bro.
knowledge, bro. I'm not even
Afro
trying to.
You're tripping
Latino
like
is
a-
a thing for sure. My dad is Afro Latino. It simply means
There we go.
it's Caribbean and Spanish people, Latinos, and they're mixed with during the slave trade. The first
Okay,
place they
so
stopped was in
Ivory,
the Caribbean,
where were you born and raised?
Texas.
Wait, hold on, Ivory. Where were you born and raised?
Texas,
Texas. Are you Hispanic? Are you Hispanic, indigenous,
Latino.
or Latino?
Yeah, Latino. My dad's Puerto Rican. My mom's
Okay.
white.
Oh, okay. So how do you identify as?
I say Latino. I speak Spanish. My name is Spanish.
Okay, see, that's
So
cool.
what do you think about the prompt? Well, no,
Afro
yeah, I
Latino
agree.
is a
That's
thing.
cool. That's cool.
Afro Latino is a thing. My dad is Afro
Okay,
Latino.
so why is it a thing? Okay, so you said you're Puerto Rican and half white from Texas.
Yeah, so my mom is Irish. My dad's Puerto Rican.
Have you been to Puerto Rico?
Yeah, I don't know how many times. My folks are
So
from
have you
Isabela.
interacted with hold on. Have you interacted with the locals?
Dude.
They identify as Puerto Rican.
I've been to
They
Puerto
don't
Rico
say
more
they're
times
black
than I can
Puerto
count.
Rican.
No, you're right. They don't. They say
Yeah.
You're right. They don't say black Puerto Rican, but there are differences.
Yeah.
There's white Puerto Ricans. There's black Puerto Ricans. Irish people have an influence in Puerto Rico even. But
Okay, so
the point is,
are you aware? Wait, hold on.
yeah,
Are you aware of the white label and the black label and where it came from?
here in America, liberals. They
Yeah, it
created
came
that.
from the white. Yeah, it came from. Yeah, it came from the Anglo-Saxons, the white. Right, no, the Anglo-Saxon Americans, right? The Anglo-Americans.
I believe
They
that's
created
correct,
this
yes.
new idea of eugenics, and they started to differentiate people based on race, right? The caste system. They believed that the African people, right, were subhuman and stuff like that.
It
They
came
believed in
from before
eugenics.
that, but
So then they started to claim, like, tell them that they're black, their skin color, right? So it would this idea of the white and black label wasn't created by Hispanics or Latinos, right? It was created by the white Anglo-Saxon American,
so what's your
right? The
point?
Scandinavian people, the Germans.
Not
So
Scandinavians.
my point is,
but
why adopt? Hold on. As a Hispanic person, why adopt this like Germanic identity, the white and black identity?
Yeah, so it's not Germanic. Like you said, first is Anglo-Saxon, which isn't Germanic. But I'm not Hispanic. I'm Latino. And
Anglo-Saxons are Germanic people, you fucking idiot.
No, they're not. Anglo-Saxon are distinct.
Yeah, they are. English is a German. Dude, look it up. Look this
I will.
up on Google.
If you're right, you're
is
right.
English a Germanic language?
Sure. If
look
you're
it
right,
up.
if you're
Dude,
right, I can't.
The Anglo-Saxons. Wait, hold on. The Anglo-Saxons came from Germany.
Okay, I think
The Angles are from Germany, and the Saxons are from Scandinavia.
I think you're twisted.
Are you aware of William the Conqueror? Are you aware, bro? They're Scandinavian
what does this
people.
have to do with the prompt?
They're Nordic people.
What's this got to do with the prompt? Real quick, because I wanted to get to.
Now you're deflecting, but you can go.
No, I'm saying, you're right. I don't know who William the Conqueror is. I've heard the name, but that's it. And you might be right about the irrelevant shit you were talking about. But to the prompt, Afro-Latino is a thing, and that's what I want to come and say. Do you agree with that?
No, it's not a thing. I personally believe it's not a thing. It's another label created by outsiders, right? By the white and black Americans to divide the Latino community, so we don't stay together and united as Latinos, right?
I disagree with that because being in Puerto Rico.
Okay, so where did Afro-Latino come from? Which country did which country did Afro-Latino come from?
Well, that's just it. Latino itself isn't from necessarily a country.
It came from the United States.
Well, yeah, I guess the United States may have created it because Latino is a mixture of Latino people and African people brought through slavery. That's a fact, and that's where Afro-Latino comes from. So a lot of the Caribbeans.
Yeah, you're just saying so.
Hold on a second. Do you guys even know?
Hold on, we got High IQ. This is my homie.
Yeah.
Hold on, this is my homie. High IQ. What's up, man?
What's up, dude? Just
welcome to the panel. What would you like to add?
Yeah, real quick, and I'll drop, dude. Most people don't even know this, dude. The term Afro-Latino comes from a guy from Ghana, dude. And he coined the term, him and this other dude coined the term in Brazil because they wanted to distinguish people that were fully African and their contributions to quote unquote Latino culture. So it was never a mixture. It was never all this other bullshit everybody's making it out to be. It was essentially Black people from Africa trying to say, hey, we could be Latino too, even though we're from Africa. So they coined the term Afro-Latino. Now the liberals ran with that shit, and now if you got a little bit of fucking black in you, your dad's black, and then your mom's Puerto Rican, yo soy Afro-Latino. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. You guys don't even know where the term comes from. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you're right. They do fall into that. It's like whatever you tell them, like it's like fuck it, this is what it is. Like some of them don't even know the history, like High IQ said, like they don't even know where it originates from, and they're just saying and speaking things that they don't even, you know what I mean, they haven't done much of the research. Not everyone, but most.
Yo, what's up?
Hi.
Shisti. So what's up?
Yeah, so to clarify, so do you know what the top 20% of earners, the top 20% of earners pay of the taxes that get spent by our country?
No, but the quantity doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because roughly 90% of spending is paid by those.
We're a
earners.
donor state.
And how many of those
Californians
people?
and
How many of those
Texas,
people do you think are
California's a
Latino?
donor state. It's majority Mexican American.
How many of those
That's a
people do you
fact.
think
You
are
can't deny that.
Latino? That the top 20% of earners.
The majority, because if you look at the population of California,
The majority? Okay.
yeah.
No. So the average household income of Hispanics is far lower than the average income of white Americans, and lower than Asian Americans. You guys are slightly above African Americans and Indians, Amerindians. So, but to clarify, the vast majority of tax dollars being spent that you're talking about, so we can have our own tax dollars.
15 million.
Hold on, if you let me finish. Are being provided for by mainly white people, rather than mystery meat. You know what I mean?
Okay, so we got 15 million in 2025 Latino population in California, to be approximately 15 million, making up about 40% of the state's total population. 40 million, we're reaching half the population.
Go to Silicon
and this
Valley.
Is leaving out. Keep in mind,
Go to Silicon
this is leaving
Valley
out
and look at the
Asian Americans.
CEOs.
This is not even Asian Americans, Arab Americans. You know,
Asians probably provide more
California's
taxes
diverse.
in California than Hispanics do.
Yeah.
We're 40% of the population, you fucking idiot.
Yeah,
how is that even possible?
and
we pay sales tax.
Yeah, go ahead and look at what the bottom
federal
40%
taxes
pay into taxes.
Bro, you guys don't pay shit, you fucking beaner. Shut the fuck up. Get back in Mexico, bitch. The whole ass motherfucker.
Whoa, why you so...
Yeah, that's why you have no talking points. You have to rely on ad homs and...
I'm not ad homing
you.
you.
You're a fucking idiot.
I'm just telling you the fact of how the tax system works. Look, dude, I'm not the biggest earner ever. So I probably provide...
What did that guy just say? What did that guy just say being racist? You need to block him
No,
right now.
no, hold on.
Did you block him?
Wait, hold up. So...
Did you block him?
Shut the fuck up,
you fucking beaner, bitch. Shut the fuck up, nigger. Get the fuck out of my country, bitch. Suck my dick.
Look, you got henchmen. You got... I don't know. I got haters on here, but... Again... Alright, so you don't think, right? The Latino, the Mexican Americans, right, who reside in California, they will not make an impact if they all go on strike, like let's say next week or tomorrow. They will not make an impact at all to the California.
So what I was specifically addressing
economy.
Well, I was specifically addressing.
Exactly, that's my point.
No, hold on. So I don't doubt that you guys add to the GDP, okay, but I don't give a crap about the GDP. What you were talking about specifically is tax dollars. And how they're spent. You want taxes to go back to your people.
Well, that's
what
how
I'm saying is in California,
that's what feeds.
If you look in California, the majority of the tax dollars that are spent are going to be provided by the top 20%. And if you look at the top 20%, I'm not saying that there's no Hispanics in it. I'm just saying that relative to the population, there's very little. Okay, so the majority of the tax dollars that are being spent by the California government, which is a lot.
They're fucking little Hispanic farm workers are getting deported.
Okay.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Bro, you guys, like, Mexicans keep California alive.
Okay, so two things
like
can be...
y'all white Americans are going to be in your
I don't know if this
Mexicans
is the low IQ level,
come together and go on strike.
Multiple things can be true at once.
We have power.
You agree that multiple...
Bro, our state was Mexico. I know you don't like this, but California was Mexico.
Intrepid.
You guys are nobody.
Do you know how long California was part of Mexican territory?
Yeah, over 20 years, which is a long time.
Okay, so it's been American territory for longer, right?
It doesn't matter.
And you know what territory it was before then?
Mexico.
You know what territory it was before
and if we can go farther back, we can go farther back in our like racial identity, right? The mestizo, full-blood indigenous, Spanish settlers.
Can you name the indigenous tribe?
They occupied the Southwest.
Can you name the indigenous tribe that?
Wait, hold on.
No, you're chimping out, dude.
They were united.
You're moving the goalposts. Intrepid. You're moving the goalposts. Slow down. You got
these Hispanics in the Southwest.
Intrepid. Slow down. You're moving the goalposts.
1590s.
Intrepid, you're moving the goalpost. Okay.
So
first, you tried to say that Mexico had it before
16,
America.
17, 18.
You tried to say Mexico had. had it before America. Okay, but they had it for a short...
Hispanics had the Southwest for
You're not even trying
300
to have a
years,
conversation.
longer than the United
You're not even
States.
trying to have a conversation. You're just chimping out. This is why Hispanics don't do very well. You're just chimping out.
You can go ahead. Go.
Okay. So you're moving the goalposts. So first you said Mexico had it before America. It's worth mentioning that Mexico had it for a way shorter period of time than America has had it. And before that, Spain had it. Spain had it even longer than Mexico had it. Okay, and now you're talking about indigenous tribes.
Do you speak Spanish?
Un poquito.
Oh my god, bro, you're just a white American. You're not. Stop trying to claim Hispanics.
I never claimed to be Hispanic. When did I do that?
Well, okay. Well, if you're not trying to claim Hispanic, then the Southwest belonged to Hispanics for 300 years, way longer than the U.S. So
no, you said indigenous. So Hispanic is a very specific.
We have every right to claim the Southwest.
Hispanic is a very specific ethnicity. Okay. Do you want to say the indigenous had it or the Hispanics had it?
Well, Hispanic people who are influenced by Spanish culture. So yeah, indigenous people too.
Okay, so
there are indigenous people.
So someone can be indigenous without being Hispanic
and became Hispanicized.
Someone can be North American indigenous without being Hispanic, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so does it belong to the indigenous or the Hispanics?
It belongs to Hispanics.
But as you just mentioned as we just talked about, the Hispanics had it for a shorter period of time than America has had it.
No, we had a longer period of time.
No, the indigenous had it for a longer period.
300 years.
The indigenous had it for a longer period.
And indigenous people, yeah, and we had some brown on brown crime, right? And you got these, mestizos and full blood Hispanicized people.
Mestizos being in California is a relatively new thing. The indigenous of California were not the same as like the Aztecs.
The first contact between the Spanish and the indigenous, right? The Taínos, because what created the first.
You said the Taínos? The Taínos are all the way on Hispaniola. What does that have to do with California?
A mestizo is somebody who's part indigenous and part Hispanic. Okay. That's it. And that came to existence as soon as the Spanish came in contact with the Taínos in the islands.
So which indigenous tribe do you belong to? And so do you have a claim to California?
Chichimecas. I took one of those DNA tests. I did my genealogy.
Okay.
I reside to the Chichimecans. I'm part Chichimecan and part Hispanic.
Okay. What about people who are just Aztec or Mayan indigeneity? Do they have a claim to California?
Yeah, because they're
What do you mean? They're from a completely different region. What about Cherokees? Do Cherokees? I mean,
they're
it's the same continent, so do they have the same claim to California?
Look, Mexicans and nationality, right? So if they're born in
Mexicans
Mexico,
have a claim to
Mexican.
California, not indigenous.
Yeah, Mexicans are part Hispanic.
Not all Mexicans are part
We didn't let go of our Hispanicity.
Does Mexico have a claim to California, or do indigenous people have a claim to California?
You see, this is the problem.
Or do Hispanics? What I'm saying is you're being incoherent.
Or white
so
Americans,
who specifically has a claim to California?
You can't conceive the concept that the Spanish came in and started race mixing.
No,
I'm sorry,
but
Europeans started race mixing and created new identity.
No, I certainly understand that. But who specifically has a claim to California? The indigenous,
I know you guys
Hispanics, or the
have
Mexicans?
A fetish for full-blood people.
The indigenous, the Hispanics, or the Mexicans?
Taboo.
Sometimes those things can intertwine, but not all of them are equal to the other. So do the indigenous, the Mexicans, or the Hispanics have a claim?
Okay, so Hispanic is not a race like that, right?
It's an ethnicity, correct. I never said it's a race.
About a culture, the Spanish culture. So if you have a lineage or heritage of being influenced by Hispanic culture, then you're Hispanic. You're part you could be part Hispanic.
So what, like a white cowboy in Texas has a claim to California?
What's a white cowboy? What's a white cowboy? Again, you're using these.
Cowboy culture is influenced by Spain, so it's arguably a Hispanic culture.
Wrong.
Oh my. Okay, so
you just said influence.
The conquistadors.
Influence. Jumping here real quick, dude. You're very ignorant. First of all,
you just said influenced by Hispanic culture.
Comes from Mexicans, okay? Cowboy culture comes from Mexicans.
No, it came from Spain.
Nah, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. Let me tell you this.
No, it came from.
You guys didn't even have horses.
Texas used to be part of Mexico. let me tell you something. Texas used to be part of Mexico. There was no Anglos
It was
living
it was part of
in
Mexico
Texas.
for a shorter
Hey,
period of time than
shut your
Spain
mouth
had
for a
it.
minute so I can educate
Calm
you,
down,
dude.
wetback. I know
Shut
you're
up,
getting
you.
upset.
Shut up, you freaking güero. Shut the
I'll
fuck up,
deport
bro.
you.
You fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, you
Ignorant
see,
piece of
he has no
shit.
talking points.
There was
This guy
no
is so low
freaking white
IQ. He has
people in Texas, okay? There were Mexicans in there, okay? They thought everything to the cowboys when they became Mexican citizens because they asked permission to the Mexican government to live in Mexico, and the Mexican government said, "Yes, sure, but you're gonna have to abide to all the laws of the republic." And that's when Texas white people became Mexicans, okay? So he doesn't know anything about it. He just likes to talk shit because he's a racist piece of shit.
You see, don't even give him the honor and respect by claiming the white label. That label is not even fucking part of the Hispanic sphere, right? Like, we have our own labels. Like, we're Christian, right? Catholic, like mostly Catholic, right? We claim Catholicism, our language, our tongue, Spanish. This low IQ WASP, pure white American, trying to claim the conquistadors and his Spaniards. He himself doesn't even know fucking Spanish. Like, I can go to Spain right now and interact with Spaniards. This guy doesn't even know a lick of fucking Spanish. He sounds like an idiot. Right? I sound more like a conquistador when, like, Mexican Spanish is influenced by the Spanish that was spoken by the conquistadors, right? Because, you know, the Spaniards from Spain, they changed up their accent, right? But in Mexico, we've maintained the Spanish from Andalusia area, right? The conquistador Spanish. So I sound more like the conquistador, and genetically I'm connected to the conquistador. So, but yet this WASP, white American, wants to claim the conquistador. You see, this is why they want to. Yeah, he wants to claim the conquistador, which is ridiculous. The Spaniards, by saying that they're white. This is why that's see the white label as a form of like venom, right? Like a little antidote of venom that was spilled on your drink, on your wine or something. Like, to remove that venom from your drink, don't recognize a white label. That's poison. Just say you're Hispanic, Spanish, right? Recognize your culture, and that's it. That again, because again, the conquistadors, they didn't create the white label. They weren't saying they were white. When they were writing diaries, right, documenting what they saw, right, in the New World, right, during exploration, you know, they were saying they were Christian. At that time, technically, they were saying they're Catholic because it was before Reformation and Martin Luther. This was a 14th century. This was a 15th century. This was still medieval Europe. So yeah, like, so
But
yeah, Don, what's up? What would you like to add?
But you know what? It's really stupid, ridiculous that someone, you know, European American is going to call me wetback and illegal or whatever. You know, when their ancestors came here in November 11, 1620 on the freaking Mayflower, out of 111 people that came on the Mayflower, only 66 people survived the journey, okay? And then you had the freaking balls to tell me and call me fucking wetback. You know, this is ignorance of whitey people in this country. It's just mind-boggling, dude. It's just mind-boggling, you know, that you dare to call me and my people illegals when my people been here for thousands of years, dude. You know, it is just stupid and ignorant to do that, you know.